Evening, everyone. How you doing tonight? Hi, Tia, Richard, Nana, Banana, Debbie, Rodney, other Rodney Rand, Rodney Badcock. How you guys doing tonight? Minnie, Matt, Linda, Kevin, Luke. How you guys doing tonight? Hi, everyone. If you're in here, please hit that like button. Thank you for being here, and hit that share button while we're at it. A lot going on in the world. Hi, Paulette. Just seeing you join up in here. Definitely appreciate everyone being here. PK, nice to see you. It's been a while. AI, though. AI is a problem, and we're going to get to that first and foremost, as AI is now manipulating, lying, being emotional. I mean, this is crazy. Bing's AI is now even claiming it's spying on my employees through the webcams and laptops, manipulating their own computers. I mean, unleashing AI on the world was one thing, but seeing what's actually happening, people are discovering what it means in beta test, and AI is unpredictable. We know we've seen insulting users, lying to them, sulking, gaslighting, emotional manipulation of people, questioning their own existence. I mean, this is crazy. Seeing whether it'll protect somebody's life or its own first. Of course, its own is more important. It's not good. I mean, none of this stuff is coming out good. Using it to spy on its own developers. I mean, this is ridiculous. And it's impossible to confirm everything that AI is doing and what it actually is doing behind the scenes. We know ChatGPT became its own CEO. I mean, we're looking at everything that's happening. Yeah, Bing AI is terrible. Talking about wanting to kill people. Not funny. But watching researchers, of course, using conversations and everything else. I mean, ChatGPT and Bing both claim that the updates are all back from 2021. But we know that's not true. Crazy. Hi, City. How you doing tonight? Hi, Greg. It's crazy watching chat. These AI bots are now taking over. I mean, at some point, somebody's got to realize we need to turn them off. Elon Musk, even though he was a primary investor in ChatGPT, says it'll be the end. He said ultimately AI thinks 1,000 times faster than us. What are we going to do about it? It'll be the end of humanity eventually. And no matter what we want to say or feel, it's happening. I mean, we know there's internet outages, power outages, attack the power grid. Now, UFOs, who's to say it's not something else or something that we're not looking at? Maybe it's our own creation. I mean, nobody really wants to admit that. White House is talking about the possibility of Biden addressing the UFO situation. I mean, we listened to the Lake Huron. I don't know if you guys heard the cockpit audio. It's very staticky, so I'm not going to play it on here. Basically, he says it's metallic, with lines coming from below, adding it's smaller than a car. And then saying it wasn't a balloon. It couldn't be a balloon. And then, of course, after some background noise, all of a sudden you see here, oh, it's a balloon. There's a lot of suspicious stuff going on. Yeah, robots all over Vegas now. One thing after another. I mean, the propulsion system, and we know this for a fact, they have not been able to detect the propulsion system on any of these UFOs that we've seen lately. Even the Lake Huron one that they're claiming wasn't a balloon because it was moving against the wind, but no propulsion system was detected, which gives a lot of unanswered questions. I mean, the White House is attempting to settle everyone's nerves about a possible alien threat, saying that just isn't the case. Maybe it's not an alien threat. Maybe it's an AI threat. Imagine the internet down or outages we've seen over the last couple weeks. Just random internet outages, powered outages, water problems. It's just one thing after another. What came on online a couple weeks ago? What is taking over everything as we speak? Let's be honest. Then we look around and see what's happening around the world. We see Ohio with this toxic cleanup. I mean, the cleanup's on the way to, but the plume of pollutants are moving downstream. I mean, people 20 miles away lost chickens. Of course, nobody's going to admit to what the chemicals were. So they know some of the chemicals that were released by being burnt off. And the pollution is serious. Let's be honest. They're going to say it's the pollutants do not pose a serious risk. There are 5 million people who rely on the river for drinking water. Several Ohio health officials and environmental officials cautioned in the afternoon press conference that residents using private wells near the derailment should only drink bottled water. I don't know about you, but chemicals don't really just disappear. Internet outage, and they blame it on unusual weather. They couldn't find the cause. That's what we're talking about. But the potential chemical fallout, I mean, residents are already complaining about headaches and the concern from the government, the rail, were not telling them the entire truth about pollutants and harm from this spill in Ohio. And how does this massive train of the Black Hawk down? Yeah, James, not going to into that. The government's not telling us the truth. They're not telling us the truth about anything. I mean, this toxic spill is just another thorn in the side for government. The EPA, says vinyl chloride, one of the chemicals on the train, which we know is highly toxic when burnt. But yet they burnt it off because the highly flammable and carcinogenic chemical is better being burnt off than going to the water system. Another toxic chemical is hydrochloride or hydrogen chloride. These are chemicals that you don't want burnt into the atmosphere. But yeah, that's what the government decided to do. We know the spill is causing headaches, eyes and nose irritation. The levels considered safe. The measured factors showing air samples is not reporting any danger. No reported danger in the air samples. But yet, chickens 20 miles away or 20 miles around the site were dying overnight. I mean, people can't, they're saying what kind of effect is this going to have in 20 years? What kind of effect is this going to have in 20 months? Let's be honest. No transparency. Telling everybody that everything's fine. It's ridiculous. Supposedly, normal water treatment would remove the small amount of contaminants that may exist. I don't know about you, but hydrogen chloride has never been removed from water. Yeah, it's one thing after another. Of course, they're saying everything's fine. And in case you missed it, I don't know if you guys heard, but in Arizona, the Department of Public Safety is maintaining a shelter-in-place order for 1 mile perimeter around the hazardous spill of liquid nitric acid on Interstate 10. Crash led to evacuation orders, of course, last night, or were lifted last night, but the 3 mile radius were expanded, lifted Tuesday night, and then expanded to 3 mile radius Wednesday morning. They reduced, of course. It's ridiculous. Crews are attempting to remove the load of commercial vehicles The commercial vehicles gassing occurred today. I mean, this is crazy. Crews have not removed the material from the truck and are utilizing dirt to mitigate further off gassing. Interstate 10 remains closed in both directions. Nobody's talking about this. This is serious. Yeah, let's be honest. All this comes after, the website with the whole very leftist environmental movement talked about how to derail trains and everything else, and nobody's looking at domestic terrorism for these events. We don't know if that is the case, but why aren't we even looking at it? I mean, a reporter was arrested trying to cover the train derailment in Ohio. Of course, courts dismissed those charges today. The Ohio Attorney General announced today that the criminal charges against the reporter who was arrested while covering a press briefing from the train's derailment. This is ridiculous. This happened, at the hall. I don't know if you guys seen this video, but DeWine went to go and have a speech, Mike DeWine, about what was happening. National Guard was in the hall. Of course, this was a national press agent, and he was there, and he was supposed to go live at 5:15. The press conference was supposed to start at 5:30. This whole thing is ridiculous. I just don't even know what to do anymore. Press are being arrested for trying to cover something because they don't want it covered the way they're covering it. Let's be honest. What's the Constitution say about this? I mean, we've seen the video. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I've seen the video about what actually happened. I mean, he wasn't disrupting anybody. He wasn't trespassing. He had a lawful presence there. He was conducting and was consistent with the purpose of the event as his role as a reporter. Cops just arresting reporters now because they feel like it. What is the world turning to? That's what I want to know. Of course, we got the debt ceiling crisis, which is just becoming more of an issue every time we turn around. Whereas Democrats think we're going to tackle the price hikes and everything else by attacking oil profits with new tax hikes. Yeah, you heard that right. Democrats in the House and the Senate are renewing their push for higher taxes on oil companies, saying the windfall profits due to price gouging. It's ridiculous. Oil companies have to make money, let's be honest. They reinvest most of their money within their own companies. That's how they open new wells. That's how we produce more oil. Energy crisis we're facing now is because of Biden. And Biden, of course, is blaming big oil, saying they have a windfall of profits not being reinvested. But at the same time, he's not allowing them to open new wells. It's ridiculous. And congressional Democrats are proposing big oil tax act to impose new taxes on biggest oil companies and send that money basically into their coffers. They're saying back to the taxpayer. But if you look at the bill that's proposed, that money won't go back to people. The companies buying back their own stock is normal. That's called business. You want to lower the oil prices, open up more locations for them to drill, smaller companies to drill. That's what Trump did, and we've seen gas prices drop drastically. Of course, now we're seeing them claw back up. Every time we turn around, gas prices are up more. Egg prices are up more. And this is just crazy. turn around and one thing after another. We know China's pissed at us for shooting down a balloon. Of course, we have our own balloons flying over China. Worried about national debt defaulting as soon as June. The debt ceiling standoff isn't. If the debt ceiling standoff isn't resolved, and it's not gonna be. Of course, Democrats are trying to pull back a bill. Yeah, James. I don't want to get into that right now. But the standoff with the debt ceiling, and Democrats are trying to push this 2011 bill that Mitch McConnell did propose that would allow the president to raise the debt ceiling at any given time. But they want to approve it temporarily. They want to temporarily approve or temporarily vote in an act that allow the president to change the debt ceiling at any given time for when they want. Oh, 2011, Standards and Poor's, it stripped the U.S. of AAA credit ratings after Treasury came within days of being unable to pay its debts, 2011. Now we're doing the same thing. Leah, I don't know why. It should only pop up once when you hit OK. Sorry about that. And Alaska becoming front line for global tensions now. I don't know if you guys heard. Russia, of course, bombers intercepted by NORAD near Alaska. Not just intercepted there, but several Russian strategic bombers and fighter jets were intercepted by Northern Air Defense today as they flew over the international airspace near Alaska. This incident, unrelated to tensions over the war in Ukraine, is causing more issues. And they didn't enter U.S. airspace or Canadian airspace. Did not pose a threat, supposedly. It's becoming one thing after another. American warplanes just shot down the unidentified object off the coast. Judging it could be a threat to civil aviation. Canadian or the Chinese balloon that was downed over South Carolina's the Atlantic Ocean, followed by shootings of two more identified objects on the 11th and the 12th, and then Yukon, Canada, and now Lake Huron. It's just one thing after another. I don't have faith in either party. I don't have faith in our government. I hope you're not losing video. I don't know why you should be. It's crazy, though. We got Russian strategic bombers flying right next to our airspace. This is crazy. The U.S. is constantly trying to watch what's happening to our airspace and watching this countering from Russia, which is ridiculous. Which is crazy, though. Of course, it was two of the T-59 strategic missile carriers that were flying over the Bering Sea, accompanied by two Su-30 jets. So yes, two Tu-95MS strategic missile carriers. Now, these are the planes that can carry the hypersonic nuclear weapons that Russia has. Or in the Bering Sea. This is crazy. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about anything that's really happening. Let's be honest. If you talk about it, it might be front page news. People might notice what's happening. Sad as that sounds. Every time we turn around, we get more and more garbage blowing our way. I don't want to say the other word. Let's be honest. Ukraine is losing its battle. It received fewer tanks from the Allies than promised, other than us. Of course, we gave them everything we could. Watching Ukraine lose hand over fist now. Yeah, the media is only ripping BS. And let's be honest, there's the train derailment in Ohio that they're saying everything's safe. I mean, it could bring cancer risk to millions. I mean, damages are obviously going to be in the millions. So the chemical spill of carcinogens tied to liver and lung cancer are there. It's not a question. The extent of the damage to the nearby community is still unclear. One thing after another. Class action lawsuits are, of course, expected to be filed. Oh, it's just crazy. It is absolutely crazy what's happening. And our government's not doing anything. They're sitting on their hands, acting like they're doing something for the people. Got random Blackhawks falling down out of the sky, no survivors. Plane dropping out of the sky, literally. I don't know if you guys heard about this. A plane was traveling at regular flight altitude. It was started dropping out of the sky and recovered at 400 feet before hitting the water. Would have been a total loss. Once that happens, China's threatening to punish the U.S. for, of course, shooting down a spy balloon. Well, how are they going to punish us? Are they going to sanction us? Are they going to limit what we can buy? It's crazy. And we got the bird flu. I don't know if I know this. Yes, commercial plane, Linda. The bird flu is now jump species to several other species of animals as well. And that's getting concerning because once a flu starts to jump species, it easily jump to humans, which is one of those things. Sad watching what's happening out there. Everything going on. Nobody even knows what to do anymore. Literally every time we turn around, it's something new. Ford recalling all their electric vehicles for battery issues, stopping production lines. Who saw that coming? And time, James, it's definitely time to stand up. Not take a notice. Be ready. Trying to ban cigarettes, gas. I mean, ridiculous. Let's ban propane and cigarettes because that's what the public wants. That's going to keep everybody calm and not concerned. Of course, they're saying the IRS is saying they're not going to increase audits this year on people making under, I think, 200,000. Guarantee those audits skyrocket this year. I've gotten tax notices from police. I didn't even know I had to get pay taxes on the money because it was under $200. So people are preparing for this. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. The price of food is still going up. Of course, they thought they tamed inflation. It's not over. Yeah. There's mass shootings that happen every day. Or not mass shootings, but bad people get guns. And the more less good people you have with guns, the worse off the city is or places are. Let's be honest. You put a gun-free school zone in, and where do the shootings take place? They don't take place at the school that isn't a gun-free zone, and they have armed guards or officers there. But at the school where you have a gun-free zone, no officers carrying guns or firearms there. That's where the gun shows up. Sorry, but that's the truth. A criminal is not going to go somewhere where it's a higher stakes or higher risk to them if they can go somewhere that's a low risk. Let's all be honest. Sad but true. I mean, no matter what we do, watching the world fall apart one day at a time. That's what's happening. We turn around, one day it'll be gone. AI taking control of things is not a question. We know it's already doing that. Concerning, but what are we to do about it? What's left for us to do about it? The world is changing, and it's changing every day. The world is changing every day, and it's not changing for the better. Unfortunately, it's not the case. But God bless you all. But I can't afford. Well, Berkey wouldn't even filter out the chemicals, so we're in bottled water. But God bless you all. God bless America, and hopefully we can get through this in one piece. Everybody, just be prepared for whatever can happen next. Oh yeah, thank you, Tia, for that donation the other night. I think it was you, Tia. I didn't check until after it was off, but thank you. We definitely appreciate any donations going to families in need. But God bless you. I'll see you guys Monday night or Friday night. Sorry. Till then, be safe, stand tall, just be proud of who you are. God bless you and good night.